Live healthy. Live strong.
You're welcome to Sports Connect 360 TV. And of course, what we do here is to make sure that you get every bit of thing you need to get in the world of sports. And so this day, we are actually focusing on a very important aspect of sports, and that's physiotherapy. I am Uri Innocent Onoha, your hostess. I have the pleasure of actually having in the studio this day a lady who is very much grounded in this world, and that's talking about physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is a very silent aspect of sports that you have not known about. And so permit me to welcome to the program Amarachi Oyioha. Amarachi, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And it's good to know that it's a lady that is going to be talking about physiotherapy.
Yeah.
And of course, our topic of discussion is basically going to be the role of physiotherapy in extending athletes' career. Physiotherapy in extending athletes' career. Marachi, that's a very interesting topic to be discussed today. And now, what exactly is physiotherapy all about?
Thank you. A lot of persons, especially Nigerians, they don't really understand the depth of physiotherapy or what it entails. Now we only know the injury aspect, but I forgot that there is something like prevention aspect of it. So now physiotherapy is actually a health profession that deals with restore, maintain, and maximize health function that has to do with movement and everything. So you understand that movement pattern is there. Now, this sphere is divided into sub-units. There is promotion of health there is prevention, and there is intervention when there is already an injury, that's the treatment. There is habilitation. When I say habilitation, it's more like teaching a new skill. Maybe like a child that never walked before, and the person suddenly start walking. Yeah, that's habilitation. Then rehabilitation is you have been doing this before, but due to injury, now you don't do it anymore. So that's rehabilitation. So when you understand that at every stage in your career you need a physiotherapist, you will now understand that it's not only when you have injury. Okay, let me paint this scenario. When you buy a new car, you don't, if you want that car to really last, you don't just go to mechanic whenever it has faults. From there, it will develop other faults. But when you go for servicing and maintaining of that regularly, that car will last longer, right? So that's the same thing when you put it. Your body, there's something called the biomechanics. Your body mechanics. You are the engine to that career. So if you don't take care of your body and understand it, you are not going to do much. Your career will end very early, and that will not make sense. Do you get? So if you listen in sports, and I see those that their careers are 5-10 years at maximum, you stop hearing of them. But there are some people that 10-20 years you are still hearing of them, but because of injury that they had to do early retirement, which will not make. At that point, it can lead to a mental issue. For some persons, they can become depressed and the rest. So that's it.
Right, and Amara, let me ask you another question as a follow-up to this explanation about physiotherapy. Do you actually think athletes have been following upwards physiotherapy, or have they actually been caught unawares in various aspects of having injuries? Should they follow up from your explanation, what physiotherapy is supposed to be?
I don't think they do entirely. When you see most of them, a lot of clubs, let's use football, a lot of clubs have their physiotherapist attached, right? Wherever they are going for training or whatever, they will treat the person. But that is not a preventive mechanism, right? That is intervention. when the person already incurred the injury,
Injury.
right? So more of the reasons why the physiotherapists are there is for the intervention. I don't think they follow the protocol of promotion. Now, when I say promotion or protection, I mean educating the person on the necessary things, the way to guide themselves. Now, knowing that, let's use football, for example, knowing that football, there are certain joints or muscles that are prone to injury. How do you guide those plays? How do you land? What is your landing mechanism when you are doing this match? You get? So I don't think they are being followed actually, right? So that's it.
Right, and while we're talking about them not being, let's say, giving it its right of place, by making sure they follow the rules and making sure they maximize the impact of physiotherapy. And do you think it has actually affected these athletes more negatively, or the consciousness has it been revived owing to the fact that they have also experienced the pains of not giving physiotherapy its right of place?
Okay, now one thing I would say, okay, I keep using Nigeria as an instance because that's where I am currently. So one thing I would say for sure, there is this myopic mindset about physiotherapy. A lot of persons yet do not understand. That's why I explained what physiotherapy was at that, so that you understand the in-depth, right? Now, some do not even know the in-depth and what they can do. Do you understand? And so when you are not aware of something, so when such situation present, you might only make a contract. Let me say it's a football. You might only make a contract for a physiotherapist to appear so that whenever they have injury or whatever, the person will at the moment. Do you understand? So, but because you don't understand that this person is meant to be there at every stage, it helps. You will not. Do you understand? So the thing is that the information, the awareness is low on the impact.
All right, so we'll be listening to us talking on issues concerning physiotherapy.
Live healthy. Live strong.